I recently had the pleasure of visiting your studio in New York, and so today it's my pleasure to welcome you here to SCAD.
Thank you. It's been a wonderful, wonderful 2 days in Savannah.
So you've been so gracious to spend hours with our students, and I'm wondering, what are students asking?
Really technical things, actually. I spoke a lot yesterday about stone cutting and the stone cutting process.
Because the stones have a character.
The stones have a character, and not only that, but they have a variety of color that is unimaginable, meaning even if you are cutting a single stone, you cut it and it's green on one side and blue on the other. And you're like, I don't get it, it's the same stone, but that means that you have to sort it before you cut it, so that, okay, all the green ones over here, all the blue ones over here.
So you're kind of buying unawares and then it's a surprise?
Yeah, it's a surprise. It's a surprise, and sometimes you get lucky, and you get more lucky than unlucky. Oh. And this is nice about that trade. Yeah.
Well, I was amazed that 99.9% of your Ippolita gold comes from recycled sources. What led you to that conviction in support of sustainable practices?
Cutting stones really sort of brought to the fore. I mean, I've always been sort of a fanatic about fewer, better things and really being very careful with your resources. And when you start to cut stones, you really know that firsthand, because it's a finite resource. I design in palettes, like not single colors, so that I can use every shade of every stone. And gold is the same way. So why mine gold when there's so much gold in the world that is being constantly refined? So just use refined gold.
Do you find that's important to your clients?
I think so, and I think that sometimes it seems less important, but simply because they're uneducated, and that the minute you educate them about it, then they care about it more.
Tell me a little bit about how you put your business together and all these different facets.
Well, I think that we have sort of a similar story in that we had a dream but no plan. I had a very traditional art, historic, and trade background. I studied sculpture in Florence. So then when I moved to the United States, there's enormous opportunity here, and that you can do pretty much anything you want to, and nobody will question it.
The American dream.
I was looking for jewelry for women, like myself, meaning I'm young, I'm cool, but because I grew up in Italy, I'm very fond of this idea of real jewelry, of real materials, and, fewer, better things. So I was looking around, and really there wasn't anything. So I just sort of dove right in and said, okay, I think that's what I'll do. I'll do, the part that's missing. And my first store was Bergdorf Goodman in New York.
Well, that's a good start.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you have an idea and it really belongs to you and you believe in it, that is more interesting to follow, even for other people who are witnessing your journey.
Yes.
You're influenced by many things. But really, the reason that people gravitate to your work usually is because of its extremely personal nature. I really believe in the experience of touching with your hands.
Yes.
And so my stores are very unique because it's fine jewelry with no cases, meaning the things are not under glass, because so much of the experience to me is touching it. Like, you learn so much by touching something. If you touch it, you have an experience that is not mediated by a salesperson, by anything else. And I know 100% firsthand that somebody, once they touch it and have an experience of the product and think about it on their own, the last question is, how much does it cost? It's not the first question.
You've won their heart. Business strategies are infused into our curriculum at SCAD, and I'm wondering, what are some enduring business lessons that you've learned over the course of your fabulous career?
To trust your instincts, because your instincts around your business are usually more sophisticated than you think, than you realize. Nobody knows your business like you know your business. So to not be so quick to entrust your livelihood and your business to other people who on paper sound like they would be better equipped, which is not to mean don't take any advice from anybody, but it just means, really have the courage to follow your
Yes.
instincts.
Yes, consider advice, but then do
Yes.
what you think is best.
Yes,
I
exactly.
agree. When you first see someone after all these years, are you able, and especially I'm sure you've done trunk shows in various places, are you able to immediately envision like the perfect jewelry for that person for their personal adornment?
Usually, yes. And the thing that's funny is that most people think that things are too big when they see them. It's like I say, here, try this on. Oh, no, that's too big. Everyone thinks that they can't carry bigger scale things. And then you put it on them and they're like, oh, I could get used to this.
Okay, well, what should I be wearing?
I think you need to try these on.
Oh,
So here, I'm just going to have you try these on.
oh my. You think
Yes.
so?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
I have a motto.
What?
Cool enough to covet, but classic enough to keep.
Oh, okay, that's a good one.
The cool enough to covet
Yeah.
covers the kind of
Yeah.
sensation.
Mhm.
Feeling you see something and you feel like,
Yeah.
that has an emotional appeal to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then instantly followed by, and I can tell that I'm going to like it in 10 years.
Ippolita, I am a longtime fan of your work, and I'm overjoyed that you're here at SCAD.
Thank
So,
you.
thank you for sharing your vast knowledge with us, and all the time that you spent with the students. Thank you so much. It's really more precious than gold, your time.
Thank you.